Hey guys, welcome back to the channel with more of The Expanse. This is Season 2, Episode 9. And yeah, last time, Anderson Dawes took away whatever power Fred Johnson really had left. I mean, Fred Johnson's still in charge, but like, we're not seeing that continue for much longer, it feels like. Drummer got shot, the Belters turned on him, tried to steal the nuclear codes, or just the nukes in general. Needed the crew of the Rocinante to save them. Drummer, she's probably down for a bit. We'll probably see her in a few episodes when she's back out of bed and kicking butt again. I'm still hoping she gains some sort of power. Maybe even takes Fred's job. I don't know. It's going to be rough for a bit. But yeah, the crew of the Rocinante found out that there is another proto-molecule incident on Ganymede, and they're off to destroy it. And it seems like that alien thing that we saw is probably a human infused with a proto-molecule. That's what I think. Could possibly be something else, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm excited to continue. If you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. And yeah, be sure to leave a like. It really helps out the channel, and let's get started.
We're gonna have to impound your ship.
That's outrageous.
Just calm down.
No. Yeah.
Are you all right?
I thought I saw Holden's eyes earlier.
You're James Holden.
Well, this is off to a good start.
This you left on your bunk.
She didn't want it.
I forgot it.
No, you didn't. Defense Minister wants you wearing this when you give your statement.
Of course they do.
Now is not the right time to go to war.
Imply that there will be a war, it's just not the right time.
So maintain your dignity, stay strong. Not here to give the Blues anything to laugh about.
No glasses. Don't give him anything to laugh about.
On your feet.
I have some drone surveillance of a Martian puking as soon as he steps out of his dropship. If you need a cheap laugh in the meantime.
Maybe later.
And if that ship does find something on Venus,
He's gonna hide it from you.
right, he's not gonna tell you shit.
That's why I have an inside man.
I was about to say that very line. I was gonna say that's why she has a man on the inside.
What are you doing?
I'm just helping this bright young lady adjust the sensor array.
That's hard to believe. I didn't think you had any useful skills. I want a full status report when you're done.
I know this actor
Of
too.
course, Colonel Janus.
He's Portuguese, the J's silent.
So it's Colonel Amos?
What do you think Eros left behind on Venus? Little gray humanoids with big black eyes who've come to turn us into food? You're gonna twist the facts to support your position. That's not just bad science. It's dangerous.
These supplies can save lives.
And they'll get where they're needed. I promise.
I don't believe you. Well, voila.
Ooh.
What we're doing is for the good of the belt and everyone else.
I was a friend of your cousin Doris. We worked together on Ganymede. I promise I'll never forget her and then what she did for me.
Damn. Yeah, they went dark. You can't let any incoming or outgoing transmissions.
Am I a prisoner?
I don't think so.
Then I have the right to know why.
Perhaps we should begin with a moment of silence for the lives lost on Ganymede.
So the issue at hand is de-escalation. Let's get right to it. A lot
Wow.
on our agenda.
They're not quite sure what causes it. May developed a very serious spinal infection when she was 4 months old. She would have died if we'd been anywhere else, but Ganymede has a natural magnetosphere. That's why everybody goes there to gestate.
We'll leave the Somnambulist once we dock, and then we'll intermingle with the locals.
And then,
And then we'll assess the situation and take it from there.
your plan's always this vague.
This is about average.
You all must be very lucky.
We certainly had our fair share.
Hey,
If we leave the Somnambulist after we land,
Oh, he was.
how are we supposed to get back?
He seems to be back to his normal self.
Scoop you up, we'll strap in for a max burn up and out.
With every torpedo that every MCRN ship in orbit can launch, heading straight at us.
That's your plan.
Yep. It's the
I hope
plan.
good luck rubs off.
Never really thought of them as that lucky until you get an outside opinion. You're just like, oh yeah, they're really lucky, aren't they?
My team formed a firing line and prepared to engage if the Blues, the UN Marines, crossed 500 meters, which would have put them on our side of the zone. They were closing in on us fast.
Christian's reading her.
We mistook a training exercise as an active engagement and opened fire without orders.
According to our investigation, it was Private Richard Travis that fired the first shot.
He was born on Earth. His parents emigrated to Mars when he was a child. He'd had some discipline problems recently, which suggest he might have been trying to prove that he was more Martian than Earther. And what better way to do that than to take out some Earthers?
They're painting him that way. Jeez.
Important food supply outside of Earth and Mars. And it's in neither of our interests to leave it crippled.
Did
We're
she
willing
pick
to
up on something?
discuss-
Just how intuitive is she?
They didn't have to say all that crap about Travis. Why didn't you tell me they were going to say that?
Because I knew you'd react like that.
Travis was a good soldier. He died for Mars and you all just threw him into the goddamn crusher.
Travis did die for Mars. And if that story stops a war that we do not want, then he died a hero.
Squeeze the arrogant dusters for everything you can get, of course.
Wow.
With pleasure, sir.
This young man is a perfect scapegoat, almost purpose-built.
Like a gift horse in the mouth, Christian.
Yeah, boys. Lasagna.
Aww.
We're going to need a statement from your government accepting responsibility.
You're not gonna get one.
Never hurts to ask.
All right then, so we're done.
One last thing. I'd like to speak to Sergeant Draper again. I have a few questions.
This has been an exhausting session.
I find it hard to believe that a Martian Marine would be fatigued from sitting in a chair. It would be regrettable to undo the progress we've made over something as trivial as this. I want to speak with Sergeant Draper. Now.
She knows something's up.
An entire nation dedicated to a common goal. To turn a lifeless rock into a garden. A dear friend told me that. He wanted to retire to Mars, but he died. Did you know that the majority of people on Earth don't have jobs? They don't work at all. They live on basic assistance, which the government provides. It's not that they're lazy, you know. It's just that we can't give them enough opportunities. In this building, it's easy to forget.
With all due respect, madam, where are you going with this?
Wherever I goddamn like. I'm sure Travis believed in that dream as well.
He did.
Were other Martians prejudiced against him for being from Earth?
She's pushing her buttons.
Yes.
Was he a good soldier?
One of my best.
Do you really believe that after all that sacrifice and all his training, do you believe after all that hard work that Travis would jeopardize the lives of his fellow soldiers by foolishly jumping the gun?
No,
No? Then why would he open fire without orders? Did he panic?
We thought we were under attack.
Under attack? So you were fired upon?
No, he was trying to kill the enemy. I didn't even know what it was. Nobody did. He wasn't wearing a vac suit.
Sergeant Draper has been through a severe, traumatic event. She needs to rest.
Whoever the fuck you are, stand down and let her speak. Unless there is something you don't want her to say.
She's too good at this.
Do as you've been instructed, Sergeant.
I love it. Do as you've been instructed. No, don't clamp up now. Come on.
It was Travis. He panicked.
Colonel.
Jesus.
Transmitting.
Indicate the presence of biological compounds in the air above the crater. Life in an environment that melts lead. It should be impossible.
Earth changes everything. Just like a soldier on Ganymede without a suit.
Jupiter Moon 54.
Don't worry there, Miss Celine. Nothing untoward's going on here. We just need to hide under your skirt for a little while.
You gotta put it that way, really? I feel like that's gotta be a little terrifying, right? Being alone, being that far away from somebody else, anybody else.
Local muscle will come on board. Take 10% off our cargo. Business as usual.
It doesn't have to be. Now with us here, I'm sure we can convince them.
I don't want you doing a goddamn thing. I know your type. You're on a crusade. So go save the world if you think you can. I'll settle for helping a few of the poor souls who have to live in it.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this? I always have a bad feeling about things. Go back.
These supplies they're desperately needed.
Yeah, by us. See, this time we're taking all of the cargo and the ship.
All right, we have a deal. We got company!
Sometimes you need big damn heroes, crusaders.
Jesus.
Second time you've killed somebody? Oh no.
They were gonna kill you. We had to do something.
And sometimes maybe not.
Go! Or I'll call the harbor master, or the Martians, or whoever it takes to make you leave! Get off my ship!
Damn. This show did a great job. I was just like, yeah, sometimes you need people like them. Sometimes you need crusaders. And then, no, they killed them. Oh, God. That sucks. Alright, guys. So we've got 3 distinct storylines this episode. First, we have Colonel Janus, who could also, because he's Portuguese, the J is silent, might be Colonel Anus. I thought I recognized the actor from another TV show, but I'm not sure which one. But anyway, he's arguing with Christian's scientist on the way to Venus. Scientist's name is Iturbi, and Iturbi definitely wants to find life down on Venus, and Janus is convinced that Iturbi is going to twist whatever facts he wants to get the result that he wants. But that's not necessary at all, because there are biological compounds in the atmosphere of Venus right where Arrow struck. Just wow. Also, apparently Mars was watching and trying to figure out some information as well. But yeah, the huge freaking crater, biological compounds. You could see from the heat map or whatever it was that, yeah, there was a lot of activity going down there. But yeah, we saw a lot of interesting pieces of science and lore this episode. Martians have to take blood oxygen boosters, muscle fatigue inhibitors, and rapid bone density enhancers. So I wonder how the author did his research for this. Did he speak to researchers or people at NASA? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of problems that even they might not be able to anticipate. And then the Martians also needed sunglasses when they came down to Earth. That was really interesting. I never thought about that before. And yeah, the Martians are coming down with Gunny, going down to Earth for the Peace Summit. And that obviously very forced moment of silence where that nobody cared about actually having a moment of silence, but there was just the thing to do. But Aaron Wright really didn't even pretend to care. He was just a second in, he was just all right, so this is what we're here for, right? Maybe 2 seconds, but it was not enough time. Christian was just whoa, dude. He's okay, on to business. And yeah, the Earthers are quite cheeky about the Martians struggling to adapt to Earth's gravity. A lot of animosity, throwing jabs at each other. Gunny wound up following orders at first, at least. But then she was thrown that curveball and completely shaken by the fact that the Martians are throwing Travis under the bus. And Christian's intuition is just like next level. Really, really loved it. And like she knew just which buttons to push to get Gunny to start spilling some stuff. And her whole lead up to that moment where she questions Gunny again. She pushes the buttons for the Martians, and then she starts talking about how her friend died, and Aaron Wright is sitting right next to her. And they're like, "What are you getting at? Where are you trying to go with this? Wherever I goddamn like." That was so. I don't know what I think about it. It was just like so ridiculous and amazing at the same time. Christian is just. Yeah, she's become one of my favorite characters, despite me not liking her that much at the beginning, because she was, like, torturing people. But yeah, really fun to watch her at work. And yeah, Gunny, I was saying last episode, like, the Belters spacing Doris, like, that's the kind of thing that breeds extremism. But I thought about it a bit more, and it's more like it would make Prax very bitter and cynical, but he's not going to, like, direct all his anger at the Belt and, like, do something drastic. But, like, the Martians using Travis as a scapegoat like that, that's like change sides kind of stuff. That's like make you question everything you ever believe kind of stuff. So, I don't know. Gunny might be... I don't know what Gunny will think. Because I don't know what Christian and Aaron Wright's next move is, because they clearly got it out of her that there's like something beneath the surface. And they kind of just let it go. They're just like, oh yeah, we have no questions for now. But they clearly know something is up, and they're going to try and get to the bottom of it. And it'll be really interesting to see. I don't know how they're going to do that. Wherever I goddamn like. God, that's so good. But yeah, the weeping. I almost said the seeping the Weeping Somnambulist. The crying sleepwalker, essentially. Like, very interesting name for a ship, especially a relief ship. But yeah, Holden and Amos try strong-arming the crew into taking over the ship. And I actually recognized Holden's eyes before he was like attacked and like had his mask taken off. But they're doing this all to get to Ganymede and to find Strickland. Alex made them all lasagna again. Like, him and Amos seems to have patched things up off screen, which I don't know. It seems like they started this thing where they didn't get along. Alex and Amos like were butting heads, and then it was just all wrapped up. I guess they moved on. But yeah, Alex stays behind, and I feel like it must be a little terrifying. He's like so far away from any other living being. Like even astronauts at NASA, I mean, when they flew up, they didn't go alone. I don't know. And I was wondering like, oh, maybe there's a rat on board, and I was wondering also like why we haven't seen any pets in this world. Like, we haven't seen a single pet in this society. I don't know if there's a particular reason for that. Maybe the author isn't a pet guy, or maybe there's another reason that we just don't know about. I would understand the Earthers not being able to have pets, because a lot of them are in basic and can barely afford to take care of themselves. Which is another thing. They talked about, Christian talked about basic a little bit this episode, and I've already known what it was for a while, but it's really interesting to dive more into it. It's not enough opportunities, and there's no central goal, there's no next frontier for them. They're just trying to, it's really, I feel like Earth needs a wake-up call of some sort. Oh yeah, I forgot another thing. Earlier on, when Gunny was talking with the person in command, he was just like, now is not the time for a war. And I'm like, that's the perfect thing to say to Gunny, because she wants that war, but now is not the time, implying that there will be a time in the future. And I don't know if that's foreshadowing or if it's just a way to get Gunny on board to do what they want her to do. But yeah. Prax feels like a prisoner on their ship, though. Like, he wants to send his condolences to Doris's family, but isn't allowed to, which, I mean, it's kind of understandable. Like, last time they sent a message on a ship while they were on a mission. They nearly got taken by a Martian ship, with Kenzo sending that message. And I don't know what the situation is, but I would understand not wanting to send a message at that moment. And I'm curious why he just didn't send it to Tycho. Maybe they didn't have time for him to do that before then. I don't know. But yeah, Amos actually tips him off about the proto-molecule because he shares information just because he thinks he deserves to know. And he also winds up sharing that his daughter has a genetic disorder, which sounds fishy. Like, it wouldn't be beyond these scientists to create this genetic disorder as an excuse to experiment on them with the protomolecule. And it's also possible the disease means a higher compatibility with the protomolecule, and that's why they're treating. I don't know. But yeah, everybody aboard the Weeping Somnambulist. That is a hard word to say. Somnambulist. They get off the ship, and the wife's saying that the world doesn't need more crusaders. And I mean, she's wrong on some level, but she's right in others. And they think it's their duty to do the right thing, but wind up hurting the people in the process sometimes. But yeah, they bump into some dock workers, and they follow them back. The dock workers were gonna extort the crew for everything they had, and the Rossi crew came in guns blasting. And yeah, this show I was just like, yeah, see, sometimes you need a crusade. Oh no, because the husband died. I mean, yikes. I mean, they would have had all their stuff taken away. They would have had their ship taken away, but at least they would have been alive. And I don't know what this is going to do. I don't know if this is going to have an effect on our characters and how they see their role in the society. But yeah, that's going to tear Holden up inside, because before the Marasmus, he hadn't even killed anybody, and now he wound up killing people, and in the shootout got another person killed, an innocent. I don't know if that woman's going to become... I don't know what she'll do. If she'll continue in her husband's honor, or if she can even do this alone. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if she can do this alone, considering people can shake her down even more easily with just one person aboard. Speaking of extremism, a couple times, this can also... The death of a family member, the death of the last person you have left might drive people to something as well. It could be just that we've seen the last of her, but really powerful moment. I'm going to give this episode an 8.5, and we are rounding down to the end of the season. We've got 4 more episodes. I don't know where we're headed exactly. Maybe we'll find Prax's daughter May by the end of the season. Hopefully, maybe. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. And we're also 1 week ahead over there as well. Leave a like, really helps out this channel, and I'll see you guys soon.